Flavor. Pause.
Hi everybody, it's Queen Angel here. Welcome to game. Double tap. Enjoy.
Shoot for the stars. Let my heart take me far.
Stars in my eyes, where my dreams will defy.
Brave are my hands,
For my feelings are bland.
my pulse beats with speed.
As the winds speak my needs, I will reach the stars. I will capture the moon.
No obstacle or threat
Will prevent my tune.
forsaken love, bedraggled hopes.
Listless bargains,
Strenuous hearts. Shoot for the stars.
my dreams will never be too far.
Shoot for the moon.
In the heavens I shall lose.
Shoot for the stars. My heart beats to a melancholy bar. Shoot for the stars.
I keep on, I keep on, I keep on.
My fire pit wanes, my scraps drift in lanes. The stones I gather fall aside. My technology strides.
The reactor heats, the miner strikes to a sorrowful beat.
The nuggets of iron slide.
The circuits fry. The wood chopper fails, the stone crusher bails. The wind turbine spins slow.
The batteries explode.
My desk is full of plans, my buildings will stand.
My queue is growing, my log tracks might furrowing.
Now the attacks have come, wake up my torrent guns.
Blast these invaders from my base.
Take their scraps and carapace.
Drive these beasts back from my barricades.
Capture these alien workers for my garrisons.
Prepare my rocket fuel.
I'll not be denied my trip this soon.
I build my rocket from the forged steel.
Though my belly is starved from a hearty meal.
Shoot for the stars.
My dreams will never be too far.
Shoot for the moon.
In the heavens I shall lose.
Shoot for the stars. My heart beats to a melancholy bar. Shoot for the stars.
I keep on, I keep on, I keep on.
I keep my needs on hold.
For my heart must be bold.
I shall travel to the stars.
No matter how far.
Trip is my final step.
The work, not much left.
Take my heart with you.
Leave my sadness in the tomb.
Break my barricades. No matter, I will make it.
Today, 1,000 days have passed,
But my tearful eyes leave no glass.
shoot for the moon.
Fly to the skies.
Break the satellite.
Shoot
Game here, everybody. Welcome back to SFTS, Shoot for the Stars. Today's quick tutorial is going to be about threat notification, whether you should respond or ignore it. One of the things you can do with the notifications in Shoot for the Stars is to have it notify you when something's going on in your colony. There could be a threat. There could be that your fire is going out. There could be that there's some other factor at play. So the question here for this quick tutorial is, what do you do when you get a threat notification? Is it something you should immediately respond to? Should you even have your notifications on? Well, maybe that's a different quick tutorial. My suggestion is to keep your tutorials on. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how you can respond to threat notifications. The good thing is that the notifications that are sent to your phone will tell you kind of what's going on. You're going to want to read those. And if you need a little help figuring out how to get to your notifications, you can swing by the Discord of Shoot for the Stars. They've got some incredibly cool people over there that are very helpful. So, first of all, find out what the threat is. Second of all, you need to make a decision whether or not you want to respond to the threat or you just want to sit back, relax, and let happen. These are some factors to keep in mind. The days continue to move forward with or without your intervention. So if you're letting threats commonly go unresponded to, there could be damage being done to your colony, such as giant monsters raiding your supplies. I don't know if they ever kill your workers, but I do know they can steal your scraps, your ingots, your microchips, your batteries, your circuits. So it's maybe a good idea to focus on responding to threats in a reasonable way. I would probably suggest responding to threats at least once or twice a day to make sure everything's going well. Now, I don't want you to feel like you're tethered to your game, that you have to respond to every single threat because overnight, if there's a threat, I don't respond to it. I'm sleeping. So if you're sleeping 8 hours a day, you're working 8 hours a day. So there's effectively 16 hours a day. You're probably not responding to your game. So responding at least once a day to whatever's going on is a good idea. Now, we're not going to be talking about the combat tab because I'm saving that for a separate quick tutorial. But I'm going to go ahead and come in or log in, and I'm going to see what's going on with this threat. Most likely, it's a very large kaiju that's coming to wreck my base. All right, so let's go ahead and come in. Again, there's a little musical interlude, which is one of my favorite things to hear when I log in. And so it doesn't bork up, I don't activate it before I do my screen recording. So I start my screen recording and then I log in. So if you're wondering why I don't have everything all ready to go for you. All right, let's go ahead and find out if this is a problem I can solve.
995 copper ore plus 830 iron ingot plus 330 copper ingot plus 150 steel plus 67 silicon plus 208 circuits plus 30 fuel plus 734.
What you're hearing are the supplies that were made when I was gone. I'm going to get into production when you're away. We'll be doing that on a separate quick tutorial. But just a really rough overview of that. You get a lot of stuff when you're away and you can double it. Now, how do you double it? I haven't worked out exactly, but there are some premium features you can activate which will let you double things. And I don't know if that's something you can do without activating certain features. I'll get more into that when I've investigated thoroughly, when I've investigated it thoroughly. Again, I don't want to cover everything in one tutorial because then it becomes kind of like so many words and so many things to
Solar
focus on.
salt plus 56 wood minus 549
It looks like my wood was totally decimated. Good
iron ore
Lord.
minus 1 double your rewards claims instantly no ad button rewards doubled heading level 2
So what it looks like is if you don't have the premium feature, you're going to have to watch an ad to double your rewards. I don't like ads. I'm already paying hundreds of dollars a year not to watch ads. Actually, I wanted to save money. Maybe I should watch more ads, right? But yes, if you don't want to watch ads, you're going to have to pay the premium fee. I think it's well worth it, but it's up to you. Whatever your finances are, that's your business. And as the beautiful intro music comes in, no, what? It's not really intro music, it's just ambient music. Let's go ahead and find out what's going on after I finish collecting all my return to play stuff. As you notice, many days have gone by. Usually it tells you how many hours you've been by, and of course, the days go by.
Bonus resources. Steel. Plus 10. Silicon. Plus 208. Circuits. Plus 25. Fuel. Plus 202.
So these are my
Collect
bonus
button.
rewards. And then you just have to click collect. So there's two chances to collect. You'll have a chance to double your rewards when you first log in. You won't have to watch an ad if you have premium. And then you also get a doubled reward. And I don't know the exact numerology of it all or the calculation of it all, but if somebody in the comments would like to put how these numbers are calculated,
Collect
I'd
button.
appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and collect.
Shoot for the stars. Journey home. Based. Right triangle. Go to the tech tab. Right arrow. Click unlock on tier 5.
Okay, we're not going to worry about any of the tech stuff. I'm being given soft pop-up tutorials to tell me what to do. Those are just ways to direct you. But we want to deal with what's going on with the threat. Obviously, a kaiju must have came because we have a lot of loss of resources. So when you're dealing with threat notifications, there's a couple of things you can do. You can respond to it right away, or you can let it happen and deal with the aftermath. I prefer to handle it by making sure that my defenses are strong. So threats can be handled a couple different ways. In the combat tab, you can send scouts out. You can destroy settlements that are nearby you, and you can also patrol. All those things are going to help stop major threats. You can also put down planetary disturbances, which usually involve kaijus, and that's going to prevent you from being attacked a lot. You can build your defenses such as your turret, barricade, and your other defenses to prevent attacks. Also, you get scraps. Scraps are used by your turrets to attack kaijus and other enemies. There's a lot of different monsters. There are drones, there are kaijus, there are beast creatures, there are super monsters, there are just random raiding parties. All these people pose a threat to your base. Okay, let's go to the combat tab.
Combat tab.
Now we're in a
Selected.
combat tab. We'll double tap on that.
Empire tab. Settings tab. Auto resolve raids. Skip the intercept minigame.
Okay, so if
Motion
you're not
detected near the carrier.
interested,
Either hostile wildlife or something that skipped breakfast.
okay, this is a good timing here. You hear that heartbeat that tells me that we have someone sneaking around in our perimeter trying to get into our base. So this is an opportunity. There are opportunities for you to intercept that person if you have the
Threat
technology
overview.
available.
Threat. 37 point defense. 72. Forecast. Raid chance. Raid chance. 72. Forecast. Raid chance. 29%. Status. Status. Scavengers repelled plus 30 scrap. Plus 2 steel.
There's also a log of every event that's occurred. You also get achievements for the number of raids you stop or the number of invasions or insurgencies that you prevent. So there's lots of cool factors there, and I really feel like there's going to be even more in the future. I really feel like the combat tab has a lot of things we can invest in. I think development moving in that direction would be really fun because I really didn't like it at first. It was very threatening. I was very intimidated by the combat tab, but now I love the combat tab.
Minimax
It's
atmosphere.
where I
Breathable.
get
Comfortable.
into
Debatable.
my minimaxing. I send scouts out. I raid other settlements which are enemies to me. Again, there isn't a lot of lore, and I feel like that's where we can actually add more. I'd like to know who these people are, what they look like, where do they come from. I also want to know kind of which ones I've captured. It'd be great if a little mini map popped up and I can visit each of the insurgent camps and maybe go through, look through their houses, look through their whatever complex they have, and gain some technology from them. I really want to see the combat tab kind of like elevated and expanded to include more gameplay elements and mechanics. All right, now we're talking about worrying about threat. Now, one of the things that's going to lower your threat is responding and intercepting enemy attacks. The second thing's going to be building strong defenses. And the third thing's going to be getting out there and destroying planetary disturbances, or basically what we call controlling the planet. And that's the reason why I'm not going to get too deep into that, is because I'm going to be talking about the combat tab.
Motion detected near the
But
perimeter. Either hostile wildlife or
responding to
something that skipped
threat,
breakfast.
you can see that we're dealing with a lot of threat, and that's why we received the notification on our phone. So I'm going to see if there's anything I can do to
Defense,
resolve these
72.
issues.
Forecast,
Here's my
full
defense
raid
number.
chance. Forecast, full repel likely.
Okay, so your forecast tells you how you're going to do against the threat
Raid chance.
coming towards you.
34%. Scavengers repelled plus 30
So
scrap.
that's, I see, I got scrap, and scrap can be used by my turrets to shoot at the scavengers. So scavengers, we don't know
26%.
what they look like. We don't know who they are. I'd really like to see more information about the scavengers. I love more lore, more detail. But that's
Status.
IMOs all the way.
Next roll, 127s. Status. Next roll,
Next,
123s.
This, I really don't know what roll means, but again, I'll do some investigation in that when I do. I'm again working on my next quick tutorial, and that's going to cover
Last.
the combat tab.
Scavengers repelled plus 30 scrap. Planetary disturbance. Heading level 3. Disturbance. 20.0%. Quiet.
Okay, so planetary disturbance. This is part of the overall threat structure in the game. Now, the higher this number gets, the more chance something really, really cringy is going to come out from under the ground or above the ground or out of a volcano or out of a cave system, and it's going to kick your butt. So be careful. Stay on top of your
The Doom
threat
Crawler returns in
meters.
3.6 days.
Okay, so this is a Doom Crawler. That's a giant kaiju. So the Doom Crawler can wreck your base, and you don't really get to see the combat. I love to see the combat happen in real time. That would be really fun. Like, we have a giant little kaiju like battle, like it's like watching a Godzilla movie. Godzilla kill all the monsters. But anyway, once that creature comes in a number of days it takes it to arrive, your defenses are either going to dissuade it from coming in, or it's going to break right through and crush and Godzilla stomp everything. So that is a threat. Now, this threat is lessened the more you control the planet. Now, you control the planet by scouting, by heading off enemies, by intercepting enemies, by breaking down enemy settlements, and by patrolling. All those things will eliminate the enemy. All right, so let's
Operations.
see what else
Heading
we
level
have.
3. Planet control.
Okay, so this is the part that handles threats. So
0%.
operation controls. So we have zero control over this planet. Now, this doesn't open up for you until you've gotten your technology up to a certain level. That's why it's really important to build your technology desk, get it upgraded. I would always suggest, if it's a building you're using a lot, just manually upgrade it to the max level, even before you get
Motion
some of the
detected
more
near the perimeter.
fancy
Either hostile. Send
installations
patrols
and
below to raise planet
buildings.
control. Goal 100%. Zone secured. Plus 1 SK at launch. Raids rare.
Okay, so we need to probably start
Scout
getting
patrol.
our scouts out.
Cost. 5 fuel.
So these are going to cost you. So scouts cost you fuel. I assume they're using vehicles or motorcycles or rovers of some kind. I'd love a little bit more
Have
fleshing out of that
992.
lore.
Cooldown. 45s. Scavengers repelled plus 30 scrap.
All right.
Plus 2 steel. Worker captured. 519 total.
All right. We don't know who these workers are that we're capturing. Obviously, maybe they're people that it's like, Mad Max Futurama or Futurista. Remember Mad Max? That was a super great Mad Max sequel. Mad Max Futurista. That was a great movie. But anyway, what you're going to want to do is send your scouts out and start gaining planetary control. That's going to cut down on these threats, planetary disturbances, and the most damaging, it's going to cut down
Plus
on the
1%
raids.
control. Small resource find. 10% scout may not return.
Now, your scout can be destroyed, but your scout can also bring home a little bit
Mimic
of
surface
resources.
conditions. Hostile.
But
Expected. Also hostile.
if they're successful, you'll get 1% planetary
Send
control.
scout. Button.
I'm going to
Supply
send
cache
one.
found near the outer perimeter. Useful material inside.
Okay, you don't have to move anything. Just stay there and hear
Shoot
what
for
your
the stars.
scout
Journey
did.
home. Planet. Tab. Plus 1% control. Small resource find. Cooldown 33s. Dimmed. Button.
As that cooldown goes, there are other things you can do here in your
Intercept
operations.
patrol and assault outpost. Unlock a tier 6 with watchtower plus turret.
All right. So this is your
Operation log.
intercept.
Heading level
Okay.
3. Day 1240. Supply cache found near the outer perimeter. Defense. Heading. Watchtower. LV3.
Now, we may not be at that level of
Plus 15.
technology yet.
Barricade. LV3. Plus 30.
And you'll also hear in your combat tab all your buildings, like your turret, your barricade, all your
trap.
defenses. Your spike trap. That's
Active.
another one of your defenses.
Plus 15. Total. 60. Captured workers. Heading level 3. 6. Total. Plus 15. Total. 60.
And I'm going to need to upgrade my spike trap again. I think
Captured
it's a
workers.
little weak.
Heading level 3. Captured workers.
I love more information about who these captures workers are. What do they eat? Where do we keep them? We should also have a little mini game where we have to increase the structures that they live in. If they are POWs, I'd love to know so much more about them. I think the developer will flesh this out in the
519.
future.
Garrison.
Your garrison is also a defensive structure which helps keep
Boost
threat
assaults.
to a minimum. And actually, it sounds like it just boosts assault. Again, some of the things I say, I may be off by a little bit, but for the most part, I'm genuinely trying to give you as much information as I can. These tutorials are just a small supplement. The most important thing is to go to Shoot for the Stars Discord and ask the developer and ask the very highly intelligent, informed folks in that community. I strongly encourage you to join the Discord community of Shoot for the Stars. It's a great place to go and get your questions answered. People, please be thankful when you get these answers. So don't forget to say thank you. Don't be demanding and give them time to respond to you, okay? You can also come to my Discord. Monarch will give you some help if you're looking for more information about a plethora of games that I play in my
Remove
channel.
a worker from garrison. Button. 5/5. Assign a worker to garrison. Salvage crew. Auto.
Okay, so we have a salvage crew. Now, the salvage crew, basically, when enemies are destroyed, they also can be captured. This probably needs a little bit more fleshing out, but again, I'm really not trying to do an IMO here. I just want to say there's a lot of factors here. I am working on sort of not a quite a quick tutorial, more of a full episode, good 30 minutes when I talk about the combat tab and all the different factors of it and how to make it work for you. But there you go. This is basically our quick tutorial, a little longer than normal because there's a lot of things going on. But basically, responding to threats is really important. Improve your base's defenses. Fuel is a critical part of gaining planetary control by
Motion
sending
detected near the
scouts
perimeter.
out.
Either hostile wildlife or something that skipped breakfast.
And remember, I'm getting a lot of attacks because my planetary control is very low. So that's another reason why you're going to receive a lot of
Structural
threats.
integrity nominal.
Threats
Optimism.
happen.
Cautiously nominal.
Okay, structural integrity, that's
The beast
not
stirs again.
good. So
Drawn
we
by
do
continued
need to
activity.
do
3
some
days until
work.
contact.
All right, so that means we've stirred up
Remove
some
a
more
worker from
creatures.
garrison.
Again,
Button. Scavengers
when
account
there's
plus
a
30 scrap.
lot of stuff
Worker captured.
going on your base, that makes creatures that are hiding come out, large, dangerous creatures. So you got to stay on top of your threat. You got to lower your threat. You got to gain planetary control. So the combat tab is a whole mini game. I'm going to be talking about it very soon, but this is going to be the precursor to talking about the combat tab. So definitely what you want to do is respond to threat as often as possible. Anyway, folks, that's it for our quick tutorial responding to threat. Hope you're having a lot of fun with Shoot for the Stars. It's an amazing, awesome game. You can find a link to it in my description, and I appreciate all of you. Please take care.